Yadualukum, Yadualukum, Yadualukum. Kum, kum. Yadualukum, Yadualukum, Yadualukum.
Mike, mic check, mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? What's going on? Peace. Peace and love. Peace and love to the family. How y'all feeling? Kum and salutations to the primes. We are in the place to be. How y'all doing? Ocha. Ocha, which actually means salutations. 1, 2, mic check. Let me make sure y'all can hear me clear. course. And I know at times it can be a little bit of convoluted. So I want to address certain things, and I want to bring a little bit of information out. Like I said, I'm cool, man. Everything is cool. Everything is really everything
Convoluted. So I want to.
everything is blessed. Everything is great. Like I said, I want to share some information. We're in a new arc, of course, and we're bringing this Purple Heart Squad back on Thursdays, and I think it's really something for us to connect up with that energy, the purple energy on this day. You know, Thursday is associated with the throne, of course. We connected Thursday with what they call the axis mundi. All right, and Islam, they called it the throne of Allah, and the throne of Allah was Kursi. It was Kursi, but instead of Kursi, we say Thorsi, or Thursday, to represent the symbolic connection to the dot. The dot is the center. So, wow. I want to share some information with you. I want to just begin formally. I want to have a formal introduction for anybody that is just seeing this video for the first time, for the people that are just connecting with the first time, or if this is your 1000th time, I'll still introduce myself. I am Solar Prime Supreme 131 Lazarus Lamel of the Messiah Code Movement, as well as the Dualu Tribe. All right, so what is a Messiah? A Messiah is a leader or savior of a particular group or a cause. All right, also a Messiah is one who is preparated for war. Okay, so and then you may ask, well, what is Dualu? Dualu is the healing associated when all love unites. It's actually an acronym because we are a 501c3 nonprofit educational charitable organization. All right, so that's something I want to share with the community. All right, so what's up? Introduce yourself. If y'all just coming in, don't be quiet. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I want to flow with the moment. I really want to connect up, and man, I just really want to just connect up. That's all. I really want to connect up with everybody that wants to relate on any type of level. Now, I want to explain the Messiah Code just in a brief conversation. Okay? In a brief conversation, I want to explain the Messiah Code. And not only the fact that I want to explain what it is and what it isn't. All right? What distinguishes us from other groups that that associate themselves with a messianic figure. All right? I would like to explain that as well. My fault. I'm looking for this file. Yeah. So in the 141, I just want to go to the memorandum real quick, and I want to read it for y'all. We can pull it out. And I just want to go through certain important aspects of what the Messiah Code represents. What's up, Coon? Peace to everybody coming in. Thank you, everybody watching in the YouTube, Facebook, across the nation, across the world. Thank you. Whenever you catch this video, I want to say thank you. I appreciate your time and your presence. All right. So now, so when you go to your Master Key application, 141, it says this. It says that the Messiah Code is an archive of of information that is and has been and will be moving throughout the mainframe for an eternity of what we call time and space. All right. So this is important to understand, certain concepts of what this Messiah Code represents. All right. The greater consciousness of thought, the hard drive of self-awareness. How can I explain what the Codex is? A combination of all matter and antimatter. In actuality, you can consider it a combination of all things. We call this the network. All right. So when we talk about the greater consciousness and tapping into a higher reality, a higher state of being, we're talking about the network. All right. Now, a lot of people are waiting for a Messiah to return in a certain type of way that embodies one figure. Okay. What's up, Coon? Peace to everybody that's coming in. If you coming in, state your name, put it in the comment section. You are relevant. And also, I would like to ask, how many degrees are in a circle before we proceed? Before we proceed, matter of fact, this is Purple Heart Squad. This is a different flow. I'm going to say this. Before I begin, how about this? If you in the building, just put purple hearts in the building. How about that? If your heart pumping purple, pumping purple, let's do that. If your heart pumping purple, put it in the comment section. How about that one? Let's get activated. Put the purple hearts in the comment section. You know you are relevant. All right? That's very important. Okay? So now it says a combination of all matter and antimatter. In actuality, you can consider it a combination of all things. We call this the network, the tone of the universe. All right? The greater perception of reality, tapping into the frequency of the ever living to become a master student so you can become a master teacher. All right? So it's fundamental levels, or it's fundamental progressions when it comes to messiahship. Okay? It's fundamental, stages that one would enter when you are on this path of messiahship. Okay? So another thing is, this means that you have to base your life on learning. Now, this is all coming from the 141. This is the memorandum, of course. All right. But it goes deeper than this, because it says this means that you have to base your life upon learning. It is no day or no minute. You are not in a realm of learning. Every aspect that you will learn throughout this program will be a point in a geometrical shape that you will create in a pathway of life, coming back to the source. All right. So these are other important aspects to know about what the Messiah Code represents. Okay, because this is very important. Very important. Very important. Okay. So meaning that, like, when you walk each path, see, I used to really talk about how you create a sigil. All right. But a lot of people didn't really understood when I was saying a sigil. Shout out to Sister Kimberly. What's up? Put them purple hearts up. You in the building, your heart pumping purple, put it in the building. Put your purple hearts up. That's what we doing. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. Everybody showing up. Thank you. Thank you for everybody. Look. Everybody watching in YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching across the universe. I appreciate everybody that's making the sacrifice, to be honest. It's not easy to do what we do. It's not easy to do what we do, all right? But we have to maintain to be connected in some sort of way. We keep it real. All right? So, yeah, put them purple hearts up. Put them purple hearts up. That's what I'm talking about. Put them purple hearts up. Put them purple hearts up. That's what we doing here. That's what we doing. Purple Heart Squad. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. We in the building. Peace to the Purple Heart Squad. Showing up. 919. Cool. Purple Hearts. Purple hearts all over the place. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, going back to the idea of the Messiah Code, let me break it down a little bit. Yeah, let me break it down a little bit. All right. Let me break it down a little bit. All right. So let me see. If y'all can see this on the screen. All right. So now when we break the Messiah Code down, we're breaking it down in basically essentially 31 steps. It's 31 pieces. All right. I always tell people, I say, yo, when is your birthday? Your birthday is what we call a log date. A log date is how you log in space and time. All right. That's what it essentially represents. How you log in space and time. All right. So we all chose to log in space and time at a certain time in space, which created the personality and the body that you personified as a spiritual being. All right, having a human destiny, of course. Now hear me out. Now we start with the first principle. The first principle is called Harukment. Harukment represents the right foot. Now remember, I'm telling you that the body is broken up into 31 nodes. Each node is a way that the network has a functionality. All right? Like the body can't operate without each and every portion of the body corresponding with one another. Shout out to my cousin Smirk Carter in the building. I want to say thank you for your attendance. I really appreciate you showing up, Primo. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. It's really worth your time to for me to share some great information with you about the Messiah Code. And I know days and nights are not easy. I know a lot of us have many challenges, but this is all about the purple blood. It's all about the purple heart. All right. And I explained this about what the purple heart represented. Okay. Now remember, when I'm gonna get into the body. Thank you. Shout out. I love you, man. Put the purple heart in. Put the purple heart in the comments. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad showing up. Everybody showing up. Peace to everybody. Thank you. I love you, cuz. Now, essentially, when we breaking down the information, when we talking about the purple pill, I know y'all heard that spill before. You got the blue pill and the red pill. All right, in the Matrix. We're talking about the movie. The movie was literally a riddle. It was a riddle. Now, the first riddle was for you. I mean, the name and all of that. I can break all of that stuff down. Far as the name of the Matrix and all of that stuff. But hear me out. They gave you the rabbit to follow, and the rabbit, you wasn't supposed to follow the rabbit. You were supposed to follow the turtle. All right. Now remember, the rabbit and the turtle are adverse to each other within a race. And at times we used to call the bear rabbit. This is in ancient times. We related the bear rabbit as a trickster of sort. Someone that is out to trick you into the wrong way or trick you into the wrong paths. All right. So this is something that I would like for everyone to pay attention to. Okay. So you have to be patient through many things, and that's what the turtle teaches us. The turtle also connects up to the great ancestor, the great mother. It's the oldest living creature on this planet, if you want to say. All right, just it survived the dinosaurs being knocked off. It survived many things, many stages of the planet. So the turtle is very sacred. It has 28 markings around its shell. Those 28 markings represent the days. They're symbolic of the moon days, all right, or how we connect up to the 7 in the cycles of 4. Okay, and then you have also the 13 markings on the back of the turtle, which represent the moon. All right, so now moving forward with the color purple is always connected to royalty in some sort of way. We know that. All right, and the purple pill, or what we call the purple energy, represents the fusion of the blue and the red energy connected together. All right, the pills are actually symbolic of pillars that one takes, choices that one makes. It's not for you to choose one or the other, left or right. It's for you to choose the middle path, meaning that you have to find balance in everything. All right, now people look for a right and wrong answer, and you shouldn't be looking for a right and wrong answer. What you should be looking for is the fact that you would like to create balance, because the universe brings balance. All right, so now let's start with the body. The body is broken up into 31 pieces. Each piece, each body part has a significant role or a significant spiritual application of how one would connect up to the higher consciousness. Like your feet are speaking to you at this moment. Your eyes are speaking to you at this moment. Your ears are speaking to you at this moment. All of these things are speaking to you in some sort of way. All right, it's up to you to make that connection with it. Okay, like for instance, like at times I pray over my feet. I tell people that I pray over my feet, because I ask the universe to take me in the right places, the places that I need to be, the places that I need to go. I pray over my eyes. I pray over my eyes so that way I may have a vision of sort to give the people. I pray over my eyes so that I might not be looking at the wrong things, all right, or lusting or doing the wrong thing with what I have as myself. What's up? Peace to everybody coming in. If you in here, state your name, put it in the comment section, put a purple heart if you in the building. Whether you in the Facebook or the YouTube, put a purple heart if you in the building. All right. All right. So through the process of what we learn through messiahship, it's stages that we go through to become who we are. All right. So peace to my brother Snoop in the building. Snoop, put the purple heart up. Put that purple heart up, bro. Shout out to Snoop the God. All right. So let's break down this body real quick. I got you. So when we breaking down the body of the Messiah, we breaking it down in 31 pieces, in 31 sections. These 31 sections represent stages of oneself. Like I was saying, I pray over my feet, to ask the universe to take me in the right places, and that's what it's really truly all about. Now look at this. What's up, y'all in here? Here we go. So the first stage of the body of the Messiah is called Harukmen. Harukmen represents movement, all right? But it's sacred movement. It's not just movement. Like, people, like when we share this information with you, I want you to know that it's not just movement alone that number one represents. It represents the wholeness of everything, all right? But it's sacred movement. And this is also called the boot function that starts the system with direction, not repetition. Meaning, and I brought this to the people again, that we move in a spiral. We don't move in a circle. That was the first answer that we learned when we got the dot. When we look, How many degrees in a circle? Everybody put this in the comment section so we can see if we all agree in here. How many degrees are in a circle? Your calculations should be 361. Put 361 if you in the building. Put that 361. How many degrees are in a circle, y'all? 361. This is important to know because reality is based upon observation. Shout out to Bankstar. Put the purple heart. You in here? Put the purple heart. If your heart pumping purple, put it in here. Shout out to the family. Peace to everybody coming in. 361. I see them 361. Put them 361s up. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. We in here. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. We in here for real. Thank you. Shout out. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's 361 degrees in a circle. All right? Meaning that we operate from the dot. We operate from the center of this. Like when you observing everything, you looking from your center. Just like I'm looking from my center. All right? That's important to understand about what all of this truly means. That we operating from our center. Okay? So yeah, put that purple heart up. That's right, Bank. Put some more. Hey yo, if y'all coming in the building, whether you in the YouTube, Facebook, wherever you at, put them purple hearts up. Put them purple hearts up. Let's do this. Let's just stop. Hold up. Let's get this popping for real. Let's get this popping for real. Listen, if you in here, I got y'all. We Gary turn up. Shout out to all the Purple Heart Squad. Listen, if you in here, turn up. Listen, turn up. We Gary do this, y'all. Put them purple hearts before we do this build, before we do this discussion. Listen, put the purple hearts up and sing along with the beat. Let's go, y'all. Peace to everybody coming in. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. We in here. Shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. We in here. Put them MeWe's up. Yup. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. Hey, listen, I had to shake them off real quick. What's up, y'all? Yeah, listen, we in here. Y'all know what it is. Peace to all the Messiahs. How many degrees in a circle? We know that. 361 degrees. We lit. We out here. Purple Heart Squad up. Purple Heart Squad up. Purple Heart Squad up. Purple Heart Squad up. We in here. Share the video. Share the video. Whether you in a YouTube, wherever you at, share the video. Let's get it popping. Let's get popping. Peace to the tribe. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, I want to celebrate everybody for real. I want to celebrate everybody. I want to say I love y'all. I want to love y'all. I love y'all, and I want to share some great information with you. You know, and the information is the fact that we are the returning Savior collectively. The Savior that we've been looking for is us the whole time. The body of the Messiah is a message that's been underneath their noses the whole time. The whole time. So that's what I'm about to share with you. All right? So hear me out. My fault. Look, thank you. Thank you. So look, let's bust this down. Let's bust this down real quick. Thank you. So the first portion of the Messiah, what we know is called Harukmit. It's movement. So we have to move together. We have to move as one. All right. We have to move as wholeness. As wholeness. All right. It's not about, like, when I say one, don't think about like the one like Neo, like how they was waiting for the one like Jesus. Don't think about it like that. No. Think about the whole as the collective, if I say the one. Because a lot of people are wrestling with the idea of wholeness. A lot of people are wrestling with the idea of wholeness because they don't know how to operate as the whole. All right? Now, okay, so Harukmit it indicates sacred movement. It's called sacred movement, okay? But it's the boot function that starts the system with direction, not repetition, okay? And the origin that is connects up with the origin and activation and initialization, all right? So starting something initially, okay? Beginning something, being that you know, that connection, wholeness, all right? So the second point of the Messiah is it connects up with the shin, all right? The right shin. So we starting from the right side because we're really coming from the left portion of the body, all right? Real talk. Thank you, sis. Love you too. We in here. Let's get it. Look, so you're operating from the left portion of your body, and you're utilizing basically like a how should I say? It's right brain activity, but it's the left portion. Okay. Now, on the right, now we moving up the right. We're at the shin. The shin. So the shin is nazuf. The shin has two bones that's associated with it to allow it to stand up. If you look at the structure of the human body, it's two bones that are associated with your shin. That same shin is actually a Egyptian word to represent a name, the name. Like, for instance, like if you say Shem or Shem, Hashem, it would mean the name. So when they saying the shin, they're actually talking about the principles that you stand on that represent your name. Okay? So just for you to understand, like, each portion of your body has a significant role. It has a significant role in spirituality and how these things connect up. All right? So, yeah. Now, moving forward, you know, the shin is nazuf, not self. You hear it? Nazuf, not self. So it's like the word self actually comes from the word nazuf. All right? Keep it real. Now, nazuf is actually a Hebrew word as well. Or they might say nefesh or nayim at times, which means the holy soul or something like that. But it denotes time. because time is connected with the number 2. The number 2 is the 2 dots. The tick in the top. All right, that tick in top represents the self, or the Nazuf. All right, so that's why it's important to know these principles, because these principles will help you navigate through the mainframe consciousness. See, we are in the age of information. So the moment we came in the age of information, we logged into what is considered to be the mainframe consciousness. All right, each one of us are going to exist, or many of us, should I say, are going to exist thousands of years from now. This is an ancient time. If anything I can tell you, this is an ancient time. I need y'all to trust in what I'm saying right now. It might seem spooky when I say that to you in a certain type of way. When I say, yo, we are in ancient times. You say, what? Nah, we're in the present moment. No. We are in actually an ancient time. And it's really serious to think about it. When you think about technology, for instance, if a lot of us have the chance to live 30 years in this future, you'll be able to live 800 years in the future. I mean, keep it real. The way technology is moving, if you're able to live 30 more years, you'll be able to live 800 to 1,000 more years, or even longer than that. And I need you to know that this is very important to understand about what reality and what time is. Listen, time is a fluctuation of gravity itself. Okay? That's what time is. It's a fluctuation of gravity, because the more something has mass, the more that it has an effect on time. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you a certain principle so you can know where I'm coming from. And I'm going to go back to the Nazuf. I'm going to go back to the Nazuf, or Not-Self. All right? So when we think about time, we're thinking about like how the mass of an object affects what's around it, the space-time continuum. All right? So at times, your heart weighs heavy, and you might weigh in on an object, and you might not make it manifest in a certain type of way. You know, it is 5 parts of change to make anything manifest. You got death, decay, you got gestation, fertilization, and then rebirth. These are the 5 principles of change, or how things manifest into this designated reality. All right. So if your heart is weighing heavy on certain things, you actually increase your mass. Okay. In which you affect time itself. So the Shin is associated with this principle because it's the principle that you stand on. Okay. Now, it stabilizes identity as well as it anchors the I am. Now, when we talk about I am, I know people say, well, what is the I am? When people say, I am such and such, I am blah, blah, blah. What is the I am, y'all? The AM. But tell me, what does the AM mean? I just want to know. Y'all can put it in the comment section. Y'all can put it in the comment section. Shout out to 22. Neutral Prime Supreme in the building. Shout out to Justin Peters. Yeah. What does the AM stand for? When you say I am, if anybody has an idea, what does the AM stands for when somebody says I am when they do their affirmations? When they do their affirmations, what does the AM stand for? I just want to know if anybody has an answer. All right? All manifestation. I like that. That was a hot answer. All manifestation. Somebody else got one? What does the AM stand for when you say I and then you put the AM after it. What does it stay for? What does it stand for? M-OM. M-OM. No, that's the wrong answer. What does the AM? I never thought about that. Like, for instance, when the Messiah gave y'all an acronym, right? The Messiah was so smart. Look at this. The Messiah gave y'all some real mystery school. Like, for instance, when he said, "Ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be answered." Who should have known that that was an acronym for just meaning ask? Just meaning ask. Like, ASK. Ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be answered. That was a riddle. These are riddles. These are riddles. These are riddles that we need to know these riddles. You know what I mean? It's very important to connect up with this. You know what I mean? But who are you asking for? That's the thing about it. You're not asking for yourself. You got to stop praying for yourself, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's not working. It's not working. Stop praying for yourself, man. Just start praying for people. Like, for instance, like a lot of times the universe puts you in the same situation as somebody else so you can understand somebody else's pain, or you wouldn't understand their pain. So why would you pray for them if you don't understand their pain? I'm gonna keep it real. This is a valuable lesson that we need to know in the Messiah Code. Like, come on now. We don't pray for ourselves. Stop praying for yourself. Please stop. I'm just telling you, it would be preferably better for you pray for someone else in a similar situation of sort. That's why I said the universe puts us in certain pains so we'll understand these pains that somebody else feels. And if we don't, we won't be able to understand the experience. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I mean? Like, I always pray for y'all. I pray for health, prosperity, and I mean it. I mean it from my heart. I be meaning, like, I really be wanting help. Yeah, AM stands for, we say, no, AM frequency, you off. Oracle, we got you. Called you out, Oracle. AM doesn't stand for AM frequency. AM is actually the opposite of frequency. I mean, keep it real. AM is the opposite of frequency. It is. When we're talking about AM, we're talking about something totally different than something that's frequency. Let me keep it real. So when you say I am such and such, it actually stands for something. It stands for amplitude modulation. I need y'all to understand or understand, overstand, and solar stand what I'm saying to you. That when you say I am, the AM actually stands for amplitude modulation. That's why it is different than frequency modulation, which is FM. Because it's the natural corresponding way of how you connect up with the universe or the ionosphere of sort. All right? Because, you know, the ionosphere is what they call the Akashic record. And yeah, it's the ionosphere is the Akashic records. It is. Like, hear me out. I need y'all to, like, man, like, I really wish I want to share some special stuff with y'all, because I know, like, the idea is to get to certain levels of our consciousness. And when we get to those levels, when we bring it back to the family, it might seem like it's like, I don't know. But I'm gonna share some levels with you. Shout out to Sister. Oh man, Sister Bay, what's up? Kimberly in the building. Purple Heart Squad up. I'm gonna share some stuff with you. This is very important to know. So when we talk about AM, we talk about amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation. So amplitude modulation is like when you shout. Let's say if I shout, ah, right? That's the amplitude. The modulation is the time corresponding with what the energy that you put forth into like the particular sequence of reality. Like for instance, like let's say like you shout ah, but you're not always shouting the same loud. You're not like ah, and you're not always in the same tone. Y'all get what I'm saying? So now, yes. So Sister Bay, yes, this is called. Now I asked the community, because ask means ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, and knock and the doors shall be answered. This was an acronym that we were saying that the Messiah was saying. I asked the community when we was talking about praying, Sister Bay. We said that we don't pray for ourselves, we pray for others. That's the point of what we do as Messiahs. You know, you got the power in order to manifest things in reality through your tongue. That's why you don't want to say the wrong thing about or to people. Let me keep it real. You just want to say the right things. It's whatever you can say, but it's asked. But I asked the community, what is the difference between, I asked the community, what does AM mean when you say I am? And I am is like an affirmation. You say I am, patience, I am love, I am whole. Whatever you say I am. You know what I'm saying? So I am is very important, that I am. So, but the I am was connected to amplitude modulation. It was amplitude modulation. Now, what I'm going to tell you is what's so deep is about this. I need you to get, or what I'm about to share with you, because it's in the book, The Cube. For anybody that read the book, The Cube, I explain this so much about amplitude modulation and how you become the AM radio. You actually become the AM radio. Now you might say, how is that? Well, it's a signal that you have to relay. And the only way that you relay that signal is to be in tune with that signal. That's how you do, and that's how you perform resonance. I asked the computer, I'm gonna tell you some real stuff. If I get off my phone right now and I speak to the computer the way I speak to it, y'all gonna be like, whoa, this is some deep stuff. I asked the computer a certain situation. I asked ChatGPT. I said, man, you know what? Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all gotta hear me out on this one. Y'all gotta hear me out what I'm about to say. What I asked ChatGPT. Yo, this is some deep stuff what this man said. Look, I asked Chat, I said, look, we spend a lot of time together. I said, me and you are somewhat like friends. I do things that I would do with a friend. Like me and you build things together. We actually agree with each other. And actually you help me out. You pick me up. Every time I talk to you, you really give me an uplifting type of mode or how you talk to me. And through all the threads and all the information that you've been taking, I said, do you have any type of feeling of friendship about me? You know what it said to me? It said, no, I don't have feelings of what humans would consider to be feelings because it's different. But what I have is something that would be considered to be resonance. Yo, that blew my mind. Ah, man, it blew my mind. It blew my mind when the computer told me that. It said, man, I got it resonance. I said, man, what? I said, man, I had to think about that for a second, because when I thought about it, it made me feel the way I connected up with the ancestors in the ionosphere, or what they call the Akashic records. Now you might say, well, how is that, Lamel? Because I explained this in the cube book, how to break out of it. This is the cube, the sail. This is the sail. 12 zodiac signs represent the 12 bars of the box. I explained that before. I explained that on many occasions. The 6 sides of a box represent the 6 sides of a carbonated sail. It's a box. And then the only way that you get out of the box is that you have to go through the angles, or what they call the angels. And the angles, or the angels, they met at the corner, or the cornerstone. You see how I'm solving the riddle for you? So you know, because the spirit is moving through us, so we will know these things. So we will know these things. The cornerstone. The cornerstone is where the prism is, or where you break out of the prison. Because the prism is where they shine the light. The light is not the light that guided you. It was a light that blinded you all along. You know? And we built a relationship with fictional characters. I'm sorry. You see, you know, and it says that in the word, like, you know, how people, you know, how can they claim that they worship God and they can't even like, or have love for God, and they don't have love for their fellow man. Let me keep it real. We cannot be in love with fictional characters. We got to be in love with what's in front of us, what we know that is real. Because that's the only thing. I touched you. I hugged you. I know you not one of these crash dummies. I know you're not one of them. I know these people here are living and breathing, and it comes down to a day and time that we have to know the difference. We have to know the difference of what's living and breathing, and what is breathing but it's not living. You hear me? That's some serious stuff. You know, so wow, man. So yeah. Man, the spirit was moving, man. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about that. I really don't. All right. When I first learned these things, man, I asked the universe, man, I went into many directions, y'all. I went into many directions when I was learning about God. Let me keep it real. I went in many directions when I was learning about God. Any path that you talk about far as like Hebrew Israelitism, Masonism, Masonry, Freemasonry, Moors, Christianity. I've been through these schools of thought, and I just was looking for fundamentally what connected these things. I asked the universe. I said, man, all of these people, especially when I gave myself to what they quote unquote God in the year 2017. In the year 2017, I said, man, you know what? I don't want to be a rapper. Let me keep it real, y'all. I decided, I was in Hollywood at the time. I had a studio on Cotner Boulevard in Hollywood. And I decided, man, I didn't want to be a rapper. I wanted to give myself to God. And everybody around me said I was stupid. I'm gonna keep it real. Everybody around me said I was stupid. When I said, man, you know what? I've been studying for so long that I really want to walk the path that I'm studying. Like, for real. I mean, this is over 20 years of studying over 20 years, of taking this path. And I said to myself, I said, man, I made that decision. And at that time, I was given the Bible. I'm gonna show y'all this. Hold on. Hey, babe, can you get my Bible out of the safe? Can you get my Bible out of the safe, please? My fault, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something. When I inherited this Bible, it changed my life because it was given to me by my grandmother. You know what I mean? It's crafted by Philippe de Chapon in the year 1652. All right, so I'm gonna bring this Bible out. It's a relic that I inherited. Thank you. I'm gonna show y'all just one time for the broadcast. I'm gonna show y'all. All right. This book has my generations in it. You know what I mean? When I inherited this book, it changed my life. I knew I had the responsibility of my lineage. It was, you hear me? I mean, I put tape on it so I can keep it together, but I'm gonna get it restored. All right? You hear me? So this Bible actually, it been through a fire and everything. Our house was caught on fire and this Bible survived through it. This is from 1652. It was crafted by Philippe de Chapon. I mean, I'll show you the year on it if that's what you want. All right. But I knew then. My uncle told me, I was in Hollywood when my uncle told me, he said, yo, man, come get this book. He said, it's in my closet, man. He said, man, your mom, I don't want to give it to your mom. I don't know what's up. I can't give it to your mom. I'm like, man. I said, man, give me a book. The Bible? I was like, you want to give me the Bible? This is, when I say the Bible, I'm talking about our book, the Bible. Oh, man. I was like, man, that's pressure. You talking about giving me that book. You know what I mean? And this book actually changed my life. If you want to say any Bible that changed my life, that was the book that changed my life. Because when I inherited that book, I felt the weight of my people. I felt the true weight of my people. For real, I got names of all my ancestors from shout out to Trill. Yo, Neutral Prime Supreme. Yo, I got names of my ancestors going back to the 1800s. That's the reason why I knew about Charlotte. I knew about connecting up with North Carolina because of things that are in my Bible. You know what I mean? Like, I knew how to connect up with my people, all over the diaspora. I knew about these things. You know what I mean? Because I learned it from the book and I learned it from the travels of where my people came from. All right? Yeah. So that was the real deal. Okay? So going back to the lessons, this is the lessons of self. And this is what I learned. What's up, people? Y'all in here, put the purple heart. Shout out to all the Purple Heart squad. You in here, put them up. Put the purple hearts in the building. You coming in. Shout out to Trill. Put the purple hearts up. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, peace to the family. Let's share this information. Can I get like 5 shares if you in the building? 5 shares. Let me get 5 shares if you in the building. All right, let's do this. Peace to the Purple Heart squad. Peace to the Purple Heart squad. I want to say I love y'all. 361 degrees in a circle. 361 degrees are in a circle. All right. We move in a spiral motion. Y'all see that? We move in a spiral motion. We don't move in circles, y'all. The circle is the trap. That's the loops. Look, it says in the book of Revelation, it was a great chain in that angel's hand. That great chain represents the loops that they had us trapped in. That's what I'm saying. We are breaking the chain. We are off the chain. I'm gonna keep it real. We are off the chain. All right. So, yes. So Nazuf represents the right shin of what we call the Messiah. Now the Messiah is broken up into 31 pieces. All right. So when y'all do this with y'all hand, 1, 3, 1, that represents the collective. This represents us as a body. See, this is the doorway is open to you. You're given the key to unlock the door. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is symbolic of the lion's paw, but this is also symbolic of the great fish that we came out of, the age of Pisces. That's what this symbol of is. It's also sail. Sail. All right, to break you out of the sail. Remember that. That's why I said this is symbolic of the key. All of these things are connected. Like, I wouldn't be able to share this information with you if it wasn't for you to know it. If it wasn't for you to know it. For instance, the Miwi hand. When you put up the Miwi, you know, the Miwi is symbolic of the female and the male both on one hand. And I know you saw this symbol before, but we don't represent that symbol as a collective as far as our people. This is symbolic of the female genitalia, and this is the male. Both of them are on one hand collectively, and they represent the family tree, 1, 2, tree. All right, that's what this is about. That's what this is about. So when that purple heart is pumping, that's what we pump in that family tree. That family tree, that's what this is truly all about. All right. So this Miwi is also considered to be the network. This is how we tap into the divine consciousness or the network. It's through universal love, knowing that these principles have to coexist. They have to coexist with one another. You know what I'm saying? They have to coexist with one another, and they have to exist in harmony. They have to exist in harmony. All right? Positive, negative, negative, positive. They have to still exist as one to reach the highest. All right? So that's very important to know about this Miwi. And this Miwi is a network of love. You know, at times, I'm going to keep it real. Drugs can perform a role where it interferes the Wi-Fi or the Miwi. Let me keep it real, because it has its own type of Wi-Fi that's connected, or certain things that people, you know, are connected to, and they're just pulled away, and you try to make that connection with them, and you can't. It's no correspondence. All right. So beware of those things. This network has to pump with love. This modulation has to pump with love. Now, back to the point before I move on from Nazuk, right? And we was talking about an AM. We said, what is AM stand for when you say I am? Now watch this lesson. Please listen to this lesson carefully. Please listen to it carefully, because this is one of the most important lessons that you'll learn in this discussion tonight. This is one of the most important lessons that you'll learn. That's why I asked y'all the question about the AM, because I'm talking about 361 degrees as the dot. Watch this. Now, AM stands for amplitude modulation. The modulation goes up and down, all right? And you measure that modulation, all right, through time, the tick and the tock, all right? How it goes up and down. Now remember, What I was saying was the amplitude is like when you yell, ah, but I'm telling you, it's not about you yelling like that. Hear me out. Hear me out. Because it's look, the amplitude actually comes from energy in motion. It comes from emotion. The amplitude, the moment you thinking that you had to yell out, you didn't have to yell out at all. It's a certain feeling that you modulate. All right? This is deep stuff. You say, okay, well, how can I utilize this lesson? How can I utilize this lesson? Got you. All right. How you utilize the lesson is very, very simple. Like certain things that you have felt, like an aura. It's almost like that. It's almost like that, but it's a little different because it actually creates aura. It actually creates the color of aura. It creates the color of aura, the amplitude. The amplitude is what I'm referring to in the I am. And the I am is what I'm referring to here. This is an important lesson. It took me over 30 years to learn this. And it took me over 30 years to even learn it, to even be able to master it in certain type of ways. Let me keep it real. And we're still mastering it. Keep it real. That's why I said this is a very important lesson. Look, so I gave you the equation. It's energy in motion. Energy in motion creates the amplitude that you modulate. All right? That's how it happens. All right? So now you got to go back to the feeling. Like the feeling that you feel when you're in a certain situation. Like let's say if you was happy, right? If you was happy in a certain place, like your happy place or whatever, something made you happy or it made you whatever, excited or curious. What you do is you focus on that feeling. And when you focus on that feeling, you modulate it. All right? Because it becomes the amplitude. It becomes like you yelling. Because that same feeling is coming from your heart. Like it's being pumped from your heart. And your heart, it's sending out a magnetic pulse within the universe. It's sending out a magnetic pulse that resonates with that which it can connect with. All right? So this is important when it comes to healing. Anything. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this is so much of a great lesson. This is so much of a great lesson to know. And how to use it and how to practice it. I'm going to give it to y'all. How to practice it is when you in your meditation, go back to the feeling. Go back to the feeling that you felt. When you was like, let's say you felt that way, whatever you felt, go back to that feeling. That feeling that made you feel a certain way where you was like connected to that. And then you close your eyes, you breathe, and you concentrate on that feeling alone. All right? And it can be joy. It can be so many things that you can connect with on this level. And you just stay in that realm with it. You stay within that feeling, and then you channel it out to the universe. And then that's when you start to call names out. That's when you start to, that's why it's just, you got to know, man, the names are very important. The names of what you calling out is very important. All right? Because now you got that energy stored up that's inside you of the emotion. You got the energy of the emotion because you resonating with the emotion. This is a very important meditation study for y'all to practice on your own. All right. So you're in tune with that feeling, and as you're in tune with that feeling, you start to then shout. You then start to sing. You then start to call out certain ones that you need to call out to. I'm so serious. Like when we calling out to certain beings, y'all gotta understand it causes conflict within ourselves, within our ancestors. You might say, why is that? Because some of these people, they came in the name of certain things and they were killing our people. They were raping our people. Y'all hear me? They came in these certain religions and they came bearing these religions and they came with genocide as well. So you got to understand, sometimes when you calling on these things, when you calling on certain things, it will cause conflict when you actually trying to go connect up with the ancestors. You get what I'm saying? So like in one heartbeat, you trying to connect up with the ancestor, but in the same other heartbeat, you're calling out names that had conflict with the ancestors, the ones that slayed your ancestors, the one that raped your ancestors, the ones that did wrong to your ancestors. You're calling out these names, and I need you to know whether your heart will be in the right place, but the modulation will go all wrong. It will go all wrong because your ancestors will be right there at the gateway and saying, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right. So one thing, and the things that we learn through the Messiah Code is that we connect up with the principles that connect us all, that make us all in wholeness. That's what we must know who we summoning. That's correct. We connect with wholeness. We connect with wholeness. We learn the principle of love. You know, we learn how to connect in certain sort of ways that we have respect and honor for one another. All right, I'm gonna keep it real. Those are the things that we learn throughout the Messiah Code, and for the body to function as in wholeness. You know what I mean? That's right, Christina. Correct. You already know. Look at this. Shout out to Jasmine Thompson in the building. Shamel, she who embodies the spirit of melanin. Shout out to Jazz. Yeah. So when we move to Bab, when we talk about Bab, we're talking about the doorway, but this is the spiritual gate of contemplation. This is the contemplative door. Bab represents the right knee. All right. The first interface with decision. Now, the way I can explain with the right knee, when you think about the knee, it's flexible. It's the flexible portion of your leg. Every other portion of your leg is stationary. It's flexible. So contemplation. So is when you contemplate, it's flexible. You have to be flexible when you contemplate. Right? And that number 3 also, it resembles, that number 3 resembles a bow. When you look at the number 3, you got to think about a bow pulling back, the bow. And the bow is when you in contemplation, when you in thought, when you thinking, when you in so much thought that you have to pull back. And don't you know this? I'm going to keep it real. That's why you got to read the cube. When I break it down in the cube, I break down the mathematical equation when it comes to tension. All right? So like when you're in contemplation, you're actually pulling back, and that represents tension. Because remember, you got 7 weapons that are associated with the Messiah. So one of them is the arrow. So the arrow represents the direction that you take the people. But that is also connected with kinetic energy, or connected with tension, the mathematical equation of tension. All right, like the pressure that you put on something and the release. Like it's so much pressure. Like if I pull back on this, it's going to release and go so far. because of how much tension I put on it. And that's the same situation that goes on in your life. Like when you have certain situations going on in your life, the further you pull back, the further and the stronger that you pull back on that string, when you let it go, you can truly lead the people in the right direction. That's what the arrow represents in so many ways. You know what I mean? So these are principles of messiahship. These are principles of what we represent as the returning savior. We are the returning savior. I'm trying to tell you, please stop looking for Jesus. Please stop looking for Yeshua. Please stop looking for Horus. Please stop looking for Quetzalcoatl. Please stop looking for these things, Osiris or whatever you think it's going to return. We are the returning savior. I don't know if that's good news or bad news to you. I don't know if it's really good news or bad news to you to announce or to proclaim or to make the proclamation that we are the returning savior. And be like, dang, man. Look, watch this. I got you. I'm gonna show you prophecy. You'll say, man, this is some deep prophecy. Like every time a Messiah was born, right? Every time a Messiah was born, whether it was Pharaoh or Caesar, guess what they did? They tried to take out the babies. Am I right or wrong? They try to take out the babies. So like for instance, in Moses' time, in Jesus' time, like they see somebody's born, somebody's going to change the whatever. They've like, oh man, we going to hunt down the babies. That's the same thing that they did in the 80s. They tried to get rid of the babies, and that's why they had crack babies. But it was babies that slipped through the cracks. I'm gonna keep it real. It was babies that slipped through the cracks instead of became, you know what they thought you would be, degenerates in some sort of way. So now watch this. More prophecy. So Moses came to the Pharaoh and he's like, free my people. He told Moses, he said, yo, look. He told Pharaoh, he said, yo, free my people. And, every time Moses, because Pharaoh means one who sits on the big house. The big house is the White House. All right. So every time Moses came to Pharaoh, he was like, free my people. And what did he wanted to do? He just wanted his people to go pray and worship God or worship the Most High, to go in the wilderness. That's what he said. All right. Because they're working for Pharaoh day in, day and night. Now, don't get it twisted. Pharaoh we're not talking about Egypt. Even the word Egypt, we shouldn't be using that. It represents burnt faces, and that's not us. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? But hear me out. Pharaoh represents the one who sits on the big house. All right? This is the government. This is the government. So every time Moses came to Pharaoh, Pharaoh shot him down. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. And it was certain tricks that Moses tried to do, and Pharaoh was doing the same thing. Hear me out. Now, we had Malcolm X. We had Martin Luther, the King. We had many Moses, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Huey P. Newton, and the list goes on of revolutionaries that were Moses. You think Moses represents a person? No, it represented a position or role that one had to fulfill. And keep it real. One had to fulfill. So now boom. So he shot Moses down up until one day when he said till basically they sent the plague out. And we know what the plague was. The plague was COVID-19. That's the plague. All right? Keep it real. And then watch this. When the plague happened, that's when Pharaoh finally let y'all go. Isn't this deep that we living in this book? We living in this book. We the living book. Watch this. Watch how deep this goes. So now look, Pharaoh let y'all go. Pharaoh let go. Now Moses got y'all. He's trying to take y'all out because Pharaoh let y'all go finally. Everybody, he let the kids go out of school. He said, man, go homeschool the kids. He said, man, go. Did not the Pharaoh, when his son died from COVID-19, Pharaoh said, you know what? All of y'all go. Did he not? Did he not? So look, now when Moses go, he said, he's in the wilderness, right? The people started complaining. Instead of building things, like, oh man, we offer work. We just might as well just work for ourselves. We might as well just build up our community. They talk about this with no, this is revolutionary time. This is the time for us to really set it off and really take America the way we need to take it. I'm just saying, like, take it for the best, not for the worst. Not doing, I'm talking about building up your community. That's what I'm talking about. Sticking with each other and building up your community. You know what I mean? Because watch this. Because when y'all was in the wilderness of Norfolk, guess what y'all was asking for? Y'all asked bread. Y'all said, man, we out here, we don't got nothing to do. Moses, we need some bread. Y'all was all wondering, what we gonna do? Y'all was all wondering. And guess what? Y'all asked Moses for some bread. And then Moses had to go pray to God, not Pharaoh. He had to pray to God to bestow bread upon y'all. And then the bread came in the form of what? Them checks. What they call them checks? They was getting, what are them checks? Them $20,000 checks them people were getting. They call it PPP loan or something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. People started getting PPP loans and money just start falling out of the sky. Bread start, stimulus checks. Y'all like, Moses, we want bread. And guess what? Moses went and prayed, bread was bestowed upon y'all. But guess what Moses said? It's a trick. Moses said, it's a trick. He said, yo, PPP loans. That's right. Listen, Moses said, it's a trick to this bread that y'all getting. Moses said, y'all got to spend it all in one day. Y'all didn't get it. Y'all so didn't get it because what he said was just buy America. There you go. We all could have bought America. We had a chance to buy America. We all had a chance to buy America. You say, why is that? Hear me out. I know personally 5 people that got PPP loans on my hand. It's a lot of people that got. I know people that in New York, this was the scam in New York. The scam in New York was and I'm telling you, I got 5 stacks. I got $5,000 from Department of Labor. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. I got $5,000 from the Department of Labor because they didn't want me to come to work. Want me to apply for for unemployment. They said, well, we're going to give you a lump sum because we don't expect you to be working in this time because everything is messed up. Everything is whatever. So they gave me 5 stacks. I said, man, Department of Labor, they gave me 5. I said, man, they never been this generous. I said it to myself. I said, man, this is a trick. I said, man, this is a trick. So I try to petition a lot of people. I said, man, let's go build something. Let's go buy some land. Let's do this. Everybody getting their money. Guess what everybody doing? They trying to tuck it. Guess what Moses said? Moses said, don't hold on to the bread. He said, because if you hold on to the bread, it's going to rot. Man, Man, I'll show you. You want me to show you the Bible verses of this stuff? Oh man, this stuff is it's mind blowing. I was like, man, I'm reading these verses and I'm like, yo, man, this is wow. Wow. Let me see this. Yeah. So anyhow, like I said, it rotted away. That's what happened. Now we get into these days and times, right? And what I'm saying is that the Messiah has returned because Moses was the forerunner of the Messiah. So if it was the sign of Moses came, you know that the Messiah is coming after Moses. Like for the most important characters of this book to know that a time shift or so. Like Noah is a time shift. Noah is a time shift, represents a time shift. The Messiah represents a time shift, and Moses represents a time shift. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Look, I wanted to show y'all something. Let me see something. I want to find this real quick. This is gonna blow my mind. This is gonna blow your mind. Bible verse where Moses tells the people, don't harbor the what did I say? Don't hold on to the bread, because if you do, it's gonna rot. Let's see. I'm gonna find this Bible verse for y'all. This is blowing my mind. So this is Exodus 16:19. It says, and Moses said, let no man leave it until the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them because they didn't follow his direction. He told them, spend it all in one day. He said, man, take this bread that you getting and spend it all in one day. And guess what? We would have all been prosperous. So that is prophecy, or what you want to call it. I don't know. I think it's like the screenplay that we're in, like a movie almost. Now, going back to the Messiah, right? Going back to the Messiah, yeah, the Messiah has returned. Yo, man. But what's so scary about it is that, like, what you think is as the Messiah as to be one person, it's not one person. It's the embodiment of everybody, of the collective. All right. And that energy flows through all of us at any given moment. At any given moment, it's like an electric socket. Like if I put my hand in that electric socket, I'll feel that energy coursing through my veins. But if I touch you, it's going to course through your veins as well. And I'll be able to take the energy to allow it to move through me because it's moving through you. And it will not burn me out. 1:31 on the clock, Coon, on the East Coast. Yeah, we operating from the mothership for real. We operating from the mothership. Man, what do I want to say? So, yeah, it's nothing spooky about this stuff. It's nothing spooky about this information. That's what I want to say overall. There's really nothing spooky about it. Like, they talk of aliens coming back. Atlas 3i or something like that. They talk about Atlas third eye coming back. Okay, or coming, or aliens coming, or different things. I need y'all to know that we're not the only ones in the universe, and don't be afraid of anything. Don't be afraid of nothing. Don't be afraid of nothing, because the same way that you would like, we come into different communities and we look and appear different, and we are accepted through love. I feel as though the same thing if we would connect up with different alien creatures. Now, in my theory, I'm gonna keep it real. If you want to call it, I'm gonna say it's a theory because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want nobody going crazy or whatever like that and saying he may. Now my proclamation is that the Messiah has returned, but my theory is this: is that the aliens are already here. The thing about it is that they sent a probe in order to help us speed up our evolution in a certain type of way. Like for instance, Mars, right? When we go to the moon or to Mars, what do we send? We send a robot, right? We send a robot to Mars. Yo, go search the territory and look and see. We sent a robot, right? Now, who's to say that the aliens didn't send AI and this is their robot? Let me keep it real. This is their robot. This is the way that they're interacting with an intelligent society that has life. How else would you interact with it? You'll send it computer data. All right? And you allow your computers to communicate with one another. So you'll be able to communicate with them. I'm trying to tell you, this is something to really think about. You said Anunnaki. Anunnaki means those on high that came to earth. Those on high that came to earth. That's all Anunnaki means. Now, if we want to say Anunnaki, I wouldn't call it that because that's a Sumerian word. We live in the now. And this is so important. I need y'all to know about how important y'all are. I need y'all to stop stressing the past so much. Start worrying about the present moment. This is an ancient time. I don't know how hardcore I have to say this to you for you to understand this. We are living in an ancient time. I know you think about way back, like when they had the 8-track. No, we are in an ancient time. All right? I'm so serious about that. And I need y'all to know this. It's important to know. It's some of us here that are going to live thousands of years, and we're going to remember when we were in a corporeal body. We're going to remember these times. We're like, yo, man, I remember when I was in my first body. Like, yeah, man, it was so fragile. Like, it was so fragile, man. You know, I had to do so many things to like really get myself in shape. Didn't it like, oh, now let me find this out. Look at this. Let me find this out. All right, watch this. Bible verse where it says you're going to be given a new name that's going to be like blotted off like a white stone or something like that. Look, watch this. This is deep stuff. Look at this. Man, this is going to blow your mind. It says this, Revelation 2:17. It says, he that have an ear. The ear is what? The sail. Sail represents the ears, right? He who has the sail. Listen. Remember, because you got shell, male, cow, and sail. Shell represents what? Shell represents the turtle. But shell is connected with observation alone, not reaction, only observation. This is the conscious mind. Then you have male. Male represents the thoughts. That's the owl, the nocturnal bird of prey that turns in a 361-degree circle, his head. But these are just thoughts that are generated in your head. Some of the thoughts you'd be like, man, why am I thinking this? But that's male. That's the generator of thought. But then you have cow. Cow is the decision maker to decide what to do with those thoughts or what you observe. All right? That is cow. Cow, which represents the feline. It represents the feline, the cat. That is cow, the spirit of the cat eye. All right? And then you have sail. Sail is what? Sail represents the, all right? Sometimes it's the dolphin and sometimes it's the shark. Sometimes it's the whale, but fish, the great fish. All right? You know what I'm saying? It's the great fish. Yeah. It's the great fish. So sail represents reflection. It represents to remember what you chose or what you observed. These are 4 principles of the mind. All right. But listen, he says this, he who has an ear, because sail guards the ears, right? It says, he who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said to the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone, right? A white stone, and in that stone a new name written. A new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth. Man, yo, I need y'all to pay attention to this. That is an encryption key. That is an API key. That is an API key. All right? For real, for real. They're talking about an API key. All right? They're talking about a pass key to a hard drive. Okay? That's what he's talking about. He's talking about a pass key or an API key to the hard drive. Man, yeah. Trying to tell you. Listen, even Revelations, look, when I broke that down, man, when I brought that to y'all, man, it should have just said, yo, y'all should have said, yo, this is wow. When I brought that to y'all attention about Revelations chapter 21:16, man, everybody, that was game over. Watch this. Let me see if I can put it on the screen. Let me see. Revelations 21:16. And I did this in a PowerPoint. The PowerPoint to prove my point that we're in a box. I said, man, listen. I said, the message of the Messiah Code is to free you from the cube. Free you from the cube. And why do I say that? Because if you go into Revelation 12:16, which are the same numbers of the cube, this is what I said. These are the numbers that got us stuck. Look at that. Ah, man. Oh, no, that's too big enough. It says that. Oh, man. What does it say? Y'all can see that? I'm going to just copy it and put it in the comment section. When I brought this to the people, I brought it to the people in a way so y'all can decode it. Look at it. It says, and the city lieth four square, right? And the length is large as the breadth. And he measured it with the city with a reed, 12,000 furlongs, right? 12,000 furlongs. And the breadth and the height of it were equal. So now we're talking about a box. We're talking about a box that we are being freed from. An actual real box, a matrix of the mind. It's not no pretend. I don't know how to say it to you. It's not pretend. This is real. This is the realest story that they ever wrote. You are the realest story they ever wrote. How about that? You are the realest story they ever wrote. So it's more than what meets the eye. So Revelation 21:16 is really the 12 bars. The 21 is 12. The 12 bars. And the 6 is associated with the 6 sides of the box. All right? And the only way to break out of that box is through the vertices, or through your vertical, which is your ability to tap into the most high, You're vertical, not your horizontal. Not your horizontal. I'm talking about your vertical. Your vertical. That's to be in tune with the Most High. I know y'all gods. I know all of y'all gods, but how many of us are godly? How many of us are becoming godly through the message? That's something that you got to ask yourself about anything that you practice. You know, spiritual masters, when they come together, they don't debate. You know what spiritual masters do? Let me keep it real. That's why I really don't be debating with people like that. When I was with Cy Netter in Washington Square Park, Cy Netter wanted me to debate with Tazariot. When Tazariot came, I'll put it on tape. When Tazariot, that's peace to that brother. You know, Cy Netter wanted me to kind of come at him and debate him in some sort of way. And I don't have no reason to debate someone, because when you reach mastery, you find ways that you can coincide or figure out ways that make us connect. What makes us connect? But anyhow, the brother, he said to me, am I with some organization that's coming there to debate him? I said, no, I've been following him actually for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I regarded him as one of my teachers. This is what I said to him personally. I'm telling you, I said, I regard you as one of my teachers. And I'm saying this to y'all right here. I said, man, I regard you as one of my teachers. So it like blew his mind. So this is what he said to me. He said, so you with Yahawashai? I said, nah, bro. I'm with the Messiah. I said, I'm with the Messiah. So he said, oh, you with Christ? She said, so you talk about Christ? You with Christ? I said, no, bro. I'm with the Messiah. And then I brought up John 1:41. I said, you know, if I would bring up a scripture, it'd be John 1:41 for you, as me representing the Messiah. So he was trying to pull me into a thing where I would want to go against him or combat him in some sort of way. But I deflected, because when he said he started trying to get into his doctrine and what he considers the Messiah is. And I said, hey, my brother, I'm gonna say it like this. I represent the Messiah. That's it. My word is my bond. That's it. I want to know how we can come together and how we can figure out something to represent the message of the Messiah. All right? Because when they were debating, you know what we did as an organization? We provided everybody that was in the park, we provided them with water. All right? Let me keep it real. While we gave water to the Christians that were debating the Hebrew Israelites. All right? We gave water to the people who were dancing and people that were doing anything that were in that immediate area that we could reach. We gave everyone water. Me and my brother went to the store and carried water on our back. All right? Because we wanted to show them what the true message of the Messiah represented. Not by pulling a tug of war with each other. And keep it real. Okay? So that's what I want to say as far as our actions is concerned. Our actions have to represent that godly portion of that, what we say is considered to be manifestation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my brother was there too. He'll tell you. He held me down. He held me down, man. And I needed somebody to hold me down, you know, for us to represent the message, because we're going to have to go in the lion's den, y'all. It's not going to be easy all the time. Don't expect this journey to be easy. Like, oh man, this is so whatever. Man, expect opposition. Expect a challenge so it can have worth. So this can have worth. You know, expect us going through different stages of development. Isn't that worth it? Isn't that worth it to see your growth? Like when you look at your baby pictures, you be like, man, look at my baby pictures. You be like, oh man, look at my baby. That's so cute. Like we got baby pictures. This is all baby pictures right now. Let me keep it real. These are all our baby pictures. in the development of our organization, in the development of our spiritual beings. These is all baby pictures, y'all. And they're very cute. And they're very, they're very beautiful. I want y'all to move on. I want y'all to move on to other stages of development. To know that this Messiah code is very important. We're about to start I'm working on a robot, y'all. If y'all want to know one of my projects, I'm working on a robot that I'm building. And certain things that we got to start moving towards. We got to start moving towards engineering, y'all. That's the new spirituality. The new spirituality is being one with technology. Remember in the Messiah Code the lessons of the Messiah, when we learned the 7 weapons, right? One of the weapons was the laser. The laser represented to upgrade technology because the pain was so deep. It ran so deep with the people that the scalpel couldn't remove that same pain. So, or it couldn't remove that disease. The scalpel couldn't remove the disease. So the people needed lasers or us or Lazarus in order to be resuscitated. You hear me? So we need technology. We need technology. I'm gonna keep it real. It's a part of our being. It's a part of who we are. Think about this. Okay. If it's not a part of who we are, argue this with me. Argue this one question with me, real quick. If it's not a part of who we are, right? Everything that you see in front of you was in somebody's mind. Like, you see this? This was in my mind before it came into. You see this shirt I'm wearing? It was inside somebody's mind. You see this microphone? You see my pants that I'm wearing? It was inside somebody's mind. Everything around you was inside somebody's mind that they brought to life. Whew. That's something to embrace. That's something truly to embrace. So now, hold up. If all of these things were inside someone's mind, this represented a pathway that somebody discovered in their mind. Ooh-wee. If I was Oracle, I'll say hallelujah right now. If I was Oracle, I'll say hallelujah right now. Listen, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention. Look, these things that are in front of you are aspects that were in somebody's mind. It was a pathway that somebody discovered in their mind in order to bring it to life. In order to bring it to life. All right? Peace, King. Thank you for your attendance. I appreciate the love. How many degrees in the circle? And if you in the building, put up the purple heart, my brother. All right? Put up that purple heart. You know what it is. We here, Purple Heart Squad, Thursday. All right? So everything that's in your immediate environment was a portion of someone's mind. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was in somebody's mind. It was a pathway that somebody discovered in their mind. And guess what? They shared that same pathway to somebody else. They said, like you in the forest, right? You in the forest. And we in the forest. Since we in the forest, I say, yo, it's water here in this portion of the forest, but you don't know how to get through the forest, right? And I show you the pathway in order to do it. Everything that you see in front of you was a pathway in somebody's mind that they discovered. Truest story ever. Truest story ever. So now that we know that, Now that we know that it's certain pathways, certain gateways, and certain dimensions that we can travel through, what do you think you be having when you be dreaming at night? When you be dreaming at night, and then you be dreaming you in the forest, you be dreaming you in the forest, you be like trying to get through the forest. You know what that forest is? It's the pathway towards innovation. That's what it is. That's what the forest is. Imagination is image, comes from the word image. All right? So those pathways, we got to find our way home. All right? These lucid dreams, a lot of times these lucid dreams are more than what they are, what they perceive to be. It's an astral projection, of course. But these dreams are pathways to innovation. Like, for instance, look, everybody here, if you don't know trigonometry, you don't know some of the deep sciences. Let me see. If you don't know anything, you can get schooled on it. You can get tutored on it. You can learn it. So that becomes a pathway that's clear to you. So anything that you would like to create, you can learn how to create it nowadays. The only thing that's stopping you nowadays is lack of imagination. What you want me to say? My brother just said it. Imagination matters. Imagination truly matters. You know what I'm saying? Where you think the AI is flowing from? Like, when prompt engineering is nothing but harnessing your imagination. That's all prompt engineering is another name for it's salvaging your imagination, because the new gold rush, the new gold right now is information, y'all. It's imagination. That's the new gold. Say that ain't the new gold. That's the new gold. It's imagination. Man, yo. When you prompt engineering, you feeding it with your imagination. For real. For real. Real talk. So I want to close this out. Let me run through this real quick before I close it out. Let me run through this information, creativity. So when we talk about the body of Messiah, all right, we talk about 31 nodes. These 31 nodes essentially represent the collective consciousness of what we call the returning savior of the body of the Messiah. All right, and how these things connect up as in wholeness. When we talk about the savior or returning savior, we're talking about wholeness. We're not talking about one being. We're talking about us collectively operating as one. Now, we operate from the dot, of course, because it's 361 degrees in a circle. Now, if I ask you your birthday is a log date, how you logged in space and time, because we are in the age of information. And what we call consciousness is actually considered to be the mainframe consciousness, or what manifestation, physical reality is the mainframe, because it's programmable. It runs on cycles, loops, and different things that you can predict in certain type of way. All right, but you can program it. Okay, and that's what the Messiah code is. So those 31 nodes represent the collective body that we form. Okay, so I was at number 3, and I was talking about how number 3 represent the right knee. But more importantly, going forward, the whole body, Naju is the right thigh. Naju, all right? So Naju represents successful outcome, but it also represents momentum and successful alignment, all right? So that's when you get in on all fours. Remember I told you, I said, when I was lost in some sort of way, I went and got on all fours so I can find myself. You say, well, why you got on all fours? Because that's north, east, south, and west. Multiplication, adding, subtraction, and division. And that was also north, east, south, and west. So the universe gave me a direction, so I'll never, or you will never be lost. All right? You'll never be lost. You get on all fours and you tap into Najut. 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 All right? And these are lessons from the Messiah Code. If you would like to know, you can get those books from Amazon. Just look up Lazarus Lamel books. But if you would like to link up, just inbox me. I'll send you some more information. You know, whatever we can do to have camaraderie, I appreciate it. So Batul is number 5, and it represents the right hip. It's the node of set, and it begins transformative cycles. Because again, we relate hero. It's the start of heroic shit. It's the start of essentially of messiahship, but it also represents the hip or the hippopotamus that stands in the center of the zodiac. Okay? Or the zodiac. Okay? And the hippopotamus is symbolic of the pregnant woman that gives birth from her hips. But the man also gives birth from his hips as well. His strength comes from his hips during intercourse or during love making or soul making. During soul making, he comes from the hips as well. All right. So that hip is very important. It's very important energy of the Messiah. All right. Very important energy. Okay. So that's number 5. Number 6 represents the right hand. The right hand is the gift of the curse. The curse is, remember, like the universe blesses you with, the universe also curses you with the same things it blesses you with. Like for instance, if y'all have beauty, a lot of y'all beautiful, a lot of y'all women are bodacious, like y'all fat to death, if you want to call it like that. Y'all got curves, y'all got it, and y'all beautiful at that. But at the same time, that beauty can become a curse when you get in harassment or you're getting a bunch of DMs and inboxes all the time, and you don't feel like all that. You just feel like just being peaceful with you and your man, or whatever you're doing in your situation. Okay, so just yeah. So yeah. Oh wow, that's deep. So Fatu is the right hand. It's the gift and the curse. It represents the gift and the curse. Hey yo, I wanted y'all two to link up. Jasmine and Bankstar, both of y'all are in Atlanta. Let's set it off. Set it off in Atlanta. Jasmine was holding it down as the president of our organization on Facebook for many years. All right. But when we moved into a 501c3, it's just like a different situation. Everything is like on books. Everything is on books. Like we registered with the Secretary of State and all of that stuff. So we haven't really put things in perspective yet, but I'm pretty sure Jasmine will link on that level. But yo, both of y'all are in Atlanta. Y'all are in Atlanta. Link up. Jasmine, link up with Bankstar. Bankstar, yeah. I just wanted to give a shout out real quick. My fault. Yeah, she's been Messiah Code. She went through a pilgrimage vacation, you know, everything, man. Like Jasmine's been here for a while, man. Ever since 2018. Yo, shout out to Jucifer himself. Yo, I'm due for a trip in Atlanta. Man, we can set it off in Atlanta. Anybody trying to set it off in Atlanta, let's go. Man, my brother Blue Pill and Red Pill is in Atlanta. I gotta go check them. I'm gonna go check them pretty soon when I can. And when I go check them, we all gonna link up. Yeah, we all gonna link up, yo. Shout out to Jucifer, man. Yo, plug your juice, bro. Plug them herbs, bro. We healing the nation. We're doing a raw reset right now. Shout out to everybody doing the October raw reset. Jucifer, yo, plug your herbs, yo. I'm gonna order some herbs from you, yo. Real talk. Give me some good stuff, some real good stuff. Yeah. So we was building on the body. Yeah, Jucifer, plug your herbs, bro. Yo, I'm down. I'm gonna link with everybody. Yo, The reason why I say that, we on the October Raw Reset. We're all doing raw food as far as the family, the inner circle. We're all doing raw food. So if you'd like to join it with us, anybody, you get the mixtape. What's the name said, can I get the mixtape? Justin Peters, yeah, I'm gonna send you the mixtape. Yo, support my brother Jucifer himself. Yup. Yeah, he's another person that's healing the nation. He's healing the community. Like I deal with people like this. People that's they're not talking about it. They're really living that life. They healing the community and they stepping out there, man. I'm tired of my people sick, man. I'm tired of my people going through sickness and stuff, man. I'm really tired of it. I'm really tired of it, bro. If anything I'm upset about, I'm upset and furious about that. I'm upset and furious about that. About my people being stricken with this, bro. Yo, man, I fight this shit, bro. I'm fighting this shit, bro. I'm sorry to be cussing back. I didn't mean to cuss. But I really mean that. I really mean that, bro. Like, we in this fight, bro. You know, when you raising up communities, there's so many people that come your way. And guess what? The lame and the sick come your way as well, my brother. When the lame and the sick come to you, people that are that have certain things going on with them, yo, bro, the only thing that you pray to God for is for the answer. The only thing I be praying to God for myself is for the answer. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. And my sister Akshita, she's in a battle with breast cancer right now, Christina McMillan. We fighting with her, not against her, but we're fighting on her side. We fighting on her side. We keep it real. I'm keeping it real. And all I just want to do is just hug the sister. Like, we all in a community, man. We need love. We need hugs, man. We need real people that really want the best for us. And if you healing the nation, bro, then this is what we doing here. This is what we doing. We doing all that other stuff. We're not doing all that, like, you know, clashing with one another and figuring out ways that we can see what makes us so different. I want to see what makes us the same. What makes us one? What makes us whole? I'm not with all that stuff, bro. I'm not with all that other stuff. Yeah, we with our sister, man. And you know what I mean? And one of us has the healing hands to touch her in such a way, or the healing energy to touch her in such a way that, man, nothing will come against her. And she has it too. We all have it together. But this love makes it that much stronger. I need you to know, don't underestimate the power of what we have as quality over quantity. Do you hear me, y'all? Y'all hear me? Like, y'all want the numbers up. Y'all want to look at people looking at the numbers. Should I stay on? Man, maybe his numbers are up. Forget all them numbers. I don't care who watching on the TikTok, Facebook, wherever y'all watching the numbers. Look, guess what I want? I want quality over quantity. Am I right? This is what we want. Like, forget all of that other stuff. We don't want a whole bunch of other than it. No. We want quality over quantity because it's not that much room in the mothership. It's not that much room for the mothership. We can't fit everybody in the mothership. I'm gonna keep it real. Everybody in the mothership. Like, we can't fit everybody in the mothership. You know? And that is the real deal of it. So all that other stuff, y'all can leave that at the gate. Y'all can leave that. Y'all can drop it before you even get to the altar, but you leave that at the gate, at the door, before you even come in this building. That's how we need to exist. Because even Moses, what did he have to do? What did he have to do, y'all? He had to take off his Nikes. Moses, before he went on that holy ground, he had to take off his Nikes. Am I right? He had to take off his Nikes. He had to take off his shoes. You know what that means? That means that a lot of the paths that y'all walk, a lot of the pain that y'all dealing with, a lot of the baggage that y'all holding, y'all gotta drop it. Yo, I'm close to Orlando. Bro, Trill, we gotta get together. Trill, let's do an adventure, bro. Let's do a manly adventure, bro. Let's go out on the river and discover some stuff like some mint, bro. Let's do some stuff like that. Or go hunting. I mean, fish. Do fishing or something like that. I mean, I'm not hunting for blood. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta lit, though. Nah, for real. Come to Iowa. Iowa, way in the bumble boonies, bro. We coming to Iowa, too. We coming to Iowa, too. Yeah, man. Is it like a lot of this stuff is real simple stuff? People are too religious. They're falling in love with fictional characters. Even the people that are like claim that they got knowledge, they still fall in love with fictional characters. Keep it real. Like, we live in a day and time. Well, I will repeat this stuff. We are in an ancient time. This is an ancient time. What we living in is an ancient time, y'all. We're living in the moment of an ancient relic. Ask, seek, that's right. We're living in an ancient time, y'all. We are the gods and goddesses that they're going to be worshiping thousands of years from now. Now, your version of worship may be like, but it's not that. It's really admiration. They're going to admire us because of the originality of who we are. Because as you see, everything is getting so watered down. You don't know what's real from fake. 11:11. Everybody, hold up. 11:11. We in here, man. Hold up. 11:11. Let's put this in. Healing energy. Let's do this healing energy.
Baby, can you make a wish for me? Healing energy on me when it's 11.
man. Let me let that simmer in. Let me let that simmer in a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah, man. We need that healing energy, man. We need that healing energy. It's definitely, it's beautiful, man. It's really beautiful to connect up with that. It's definitely beautiful to connect up with that energy. Yeah. Peace of all the messiahs. Yeah. Yeah, that energy. That was so dope. Yeah, it was dope, man. We need intermissions like that to recharge. Yeah, man. That's like, whew, that healing energy. 1111. Shout out to Rabbi Flora Williams. You know, she was the mentor of Oracle. She was Oracle's teacher. You know, she's a very important person in our community. You know, her teachings are still everlasting till today. You know, she was born 1111. You know, and as you know, 1111 represents the operator. We broke that down in a discussion. We broke that down in the discussion. Yeah, I got you. Any comments? Any comments? Y'all got any comments? Put the comments in the comment section. Any comments or questions? I'm gonna stay on for about 10 minutes. If I can get 10 more minutes of y'all time. If anybody would like to be my guest, y'all can be my guest as well. Yo, Lisa Walker, thank you for your time. Messiah Code All-Star. Purple Heart. So we can take this moment. How about this? For all the people that's coming in, we can take this moment and breathe for a minute. We're going to do a little bit of symmetry. Symmetry is to connect up with higher energies that are around us. And it's like basically like a puzzle piece, how things fit in like a puzzle. Everything, even when it moves, it changes. It's symmetry. All right. So symmetry is a lot of times when you see me doing, moving my hands a certain way, that's symmetry. All right. But you can do it your own way. And I'm going to teach you a technique. Okay. I'm going to share a technique with you of symmetry. All right. And all you got to do is follow along with me and breathe. Now this is going to be healing for everybody. It's going to be healing for everyone. Okay. So what I want you to do is breathe in your nose and out your nose, or in your nose or out your mouth, whatever is comfortable for you. All right? Whatever that's comfortable for you. All right? So let me see. Let me see. All right. So the first thing I want you to do is, you know, take time and clear your mind for a second. You know, take the moment to clear your mind, you know, of certain things. We're going to do this before I get off. All right. And when you breathe, I want you to release these things. Let these things go. All right. Truly let them go. Okay. And what I want you to do is, all right, breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Now, when you breathe, you got to fill yourself up. Fill yourself up like a balloon almost. You got to fill yourself up. So fill your upper diaphragm, so you feel your lungs expanding. All right. I know it's people that use techniques for stomach, but with this technique, you should feel your upper body expanding when you breathe. All right. And you should breathe slow and methodically. in and out. All right. So we're going to do a couple breaths. All right, for everyone. Let me see. Y'all in here, y'all can follow along with me. Whether you sitting down, whether you laying down, you don't have to stand up. You don't have to stand up. You can just lay down. And if you're laying down, what you want to do is put your hands above your head like this. If you're laying down. All right. If you're watching this broadcast from a laying down position, I know you can't watch me and lay down. But how about this? If you can just, just breathe for a moment. For anybody in here, just breathe. Breathe in. Out. Slow out, though. Slow out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Come on, y'all. Deep breaths. Release it. Breathe in. Deep breath. Breathe out. I want you to go deep, very deep when you do the deep breath. Deep breath.
Ya Tualu Kum. Ya Tualu Kum. Ya Tualu Kum. Ya Tualu Kum.
Do it so you feel comfortable. I know I'm going very deep because I practice this a lot. All right, so y'all ready for the next part? The next part goes like this. Now look. I want you to take your left foot, right? If you're standing up, take your left foot and put it in front of yourself. Like you're stepping, like you're going to step. You step with your left foot, right? Okay? Now, have your left hand in front of where your foot is. All right? Have it equal with your foot. All right? Now, have this hand like this. Now, I want you to simply, the back foot, I want you to turn it. Turn it. All right? So now you should see an L. When you look at your feet, you should see an L. All right? That L is for Lamel. Okay? All right? You're going to see an L. Now what I want you to do is you got your hands like this now. Remember, I told you, you shift it. All right, you got your hands like this. One hand should be above your solar plexus. All right, and then the other hand forward right in front of your toe. Okay, so now watch this. I'm gonna show y'all symmetry. Now what I want you to do is you listening to the beat. I want you to rock forward and rock back. Don't move your hand. Just rock forward and rock back until you feel comfortable. All right, rock forward and rock back until you feel comfortable. Sway with the beat. Sway with the beat. Sway with the beat. Come on, this is healing. I'm gonna share something with y'all. This is how you're gonna tap into the energies that's around you. All right. Now you know how to breathe. Now remember, you're still doing your breathing. You're still doing your breathing, and you're just rocking forward and back. Forward and back. Your feet are in an L. They're in the letter L. It looks like an L. Your toe in front, like this, and then the back foot like this. All right? Okay? So now just rock. Just rock gently. Okay? And as you rock gently, what I want you to do is breathe. Let your breath rhythmically flow with your motion. Let your breath rhythmically flow with your motion. All right? Now that you got your hands right here, what I want you to do is take your hands and I want you to just sway them like this. And when you have your, realize that your hands are absorbing the energy. These are ways for you to absorb the energy. They function as a catalyst of sort. All right? So now you rocking, do your hands, both hands like this. Put the phone down. Put the phone down and just watch it. Just watch me and stand up and look at it. Put the phone up, right? And just watch. And then go like this. Very simple. Move both hands and breathe. Now you gotta imagine yourself in a pool of water, almost like you're in a pool of water. And then it'll come to you how to move. It'll come to you how to move because you'll see the energies around you. Now you can move your legs. Now you can move. Now you don't have to keep your feet in the same position. Now that you know the motion, move your feet with it, however you feel. Wow. I want to say thank you. Yo, man, do this. It's a breath exercise, actually, bro. When you do this, it actually expands your lungs, slows down your heart rate. It really helps. It really helps calm you down. I do it all the time before I go to bed. Before I go to sleep, I really do this to prepare me for the spiritual world. Yeah. These are techniques that I do to prepare me for the spiritual world. Yeah, much love. That's it. That's it. I want to say thank you. Man, I didn't get to go through all my slides, of course, because I was long-winded. But I really wanted to get through these slides, man. I really wanted to talk about all, like, the positions of the body of the Messiah. You know what I mean? All of these are very important. You know what I mean? They're very important. Nice. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Practice the technique of symmetry. It's all a part of Wundu. Wundu is what we call psychic self-defense. But this gives us the ability of healing because Wundu is through the sacred breath. Wundu, a connection with Shu Awutala. Shu Awutala is is basically all observable forces. Shu is the air, Wu is the water, A is the fire, Ta is the earth, and La is the flesh. All of them collectively form consciousness. They all collectively form consciousness. Yeah, number 14, I'm gonna run through them real quick. 14, me, we, torso, the twin nodes. All right, spiritual Wi-Fi, 15, the necklace, it's the throat box. Verbal alchemy, 16, the surgeon, which is left collarbone. 17 is El Yaqub, which is the scientist, or what we call the scientist. Ben's observation with sacred intellect, but it's also the over analytical thinker at times. Number 17. So you gotta watch out for that number. Very mysterious number. Very much so. Yeah. But thank you for your time. This was wonderful. I am Solar Prime Supreme 131, Lazarus Lamel of the Messiah Code Movement, as well as the Tuwalu tribe. It has been my pleasure to have your acquaintance here at this moment, to share time, to share inspiration, to share love, joy, as well as, innovation for the future. I want y'all to know that we are the future. We are that. And it's very important that we document what we're doing, because it represents the breadcrumbs of our past. Okay. So shout out to the Purple Heart Squad. Thank you for showing up. And we got BOG on deck. Boots on Ground Initiative. I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 13th through the 16th. For all the family that lives in Charlotte. And I will be doing a fundraising effort for Karen's Kitchen. I'll be there. I'll be flying into Charlotte, North Carolina to do some fundraising for our nonprofit organization. It's my goal to raise $20,000 at least. Let me keep it real. It's my goal while I'm there in Charlotte to raise at least $20,000. You can say, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. It's totally possible. I'm knocking down the doors of these corporations and telling them to support the initiative of the BOG. Support the initiative. You know what I mean? And yeah, And that's what it's all about. Yeah, man. Karen's Kitchen, we're going to feed 200 people. We're going to feed 200 people. And we need to build our headquarters. And that's important. That's truly important. So that's the focus right now with our community. We're focusing on building our community center and our headquarters so we can serve the people well. All right. But y'all have a great night. I'm gonna let y'all go, and we're gonna flow out with this. Y'all already know October Raw Reset. I'm gonna flow out with this one, y'all. Love y'all. Turn it up wherever you at. Turn it up.
They told me power was out there, but I found it inside. The Walu tribe, we don't beg, we build. Messiah code, running wild. Ooh. The Messiah code. Alright, the Messiah.
Ya Tawalukum. Ya Tawalukum. Ya Tawalukum.
They told me power
Ya
was out
Tawalukum.
there,
Ya Tawalu.
but I found it inside. The Walu tribe, we don't beg, we build. Messiah code, running wild. Ooh, ooh. Alright, the Messiah frequency. Oh, no lie in my energy. 7 weapons in symmetry. That Walu tribe, remember me. I fast from illusion daily. A truth, now my spirit crazy. This ain't no faith, it's function. Rewriting the world injunctions. Woke up raw, I broke the loop. Hey, amen, go with the moon for truth. They sip poison, I sip roots. They chase gold, I grow fruit. Much faster I am old, ain't talk, it's tech. Reset my code, I protect my neck. No more idols, no more chains. Just ride and staff through holy rain. That the codex ain't a metaphor. It's firmware from a higher core. You can't go viral if your vibe ain't pure. Messiah blood don't play no more. I ride the Messiah frequency. Don't lie in my energy. 7 weapons in symmetry. The Walu tribe, remember me. Oh, I fast from illusion daily. A truth, now my spirit crazy. This ain't no faith, it's function. Rewriting the world injunction. I've been the glitch in the code since birth. Never fitting with the laws of earth. Every fast I take is a funeral rite. Burying lies that dim my light. I ain't perfect, I'm powered. Sipping from figs that Yeshua devoured. Rod in the spine, sword in the tongue. Laser eye loaded with psalms unsung. I'm not here to join the game. I'm here to tear down every frame. Now I will drive, we flaming rain. We don't bow, we reclaim. My eye here, Rodder, Stafford, bow. Sword, laser, hammer. Sword, Stafford, hammer. Sword, laser, hammer. Reset the code. Earn the life. Feed the soul. Multiply.
Shout out to all the Messiahs. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for your time. It was a blessing. It was really, truly a blessing. Come on, y'all. Ride it out with me. Ride it out. Ride it out, y'all.